Welcome back to Nature of Code in Rust and GGEZ. In this video, we're going to be going over example 1.8, Motion 101, Velocity and Constant Acceleration. So the idea here is that we're going to recreate this example here. We're going to start the ball somewhere on the screen. It looks like in this case, it's exactly in the center. However, I believe that we're starting with pretty much the same idea of last time. We have a ball. The only difference is going to have an acceleration now. That acceleration adds to the velocity. The velocity adds to the then adds to the location. Now something, let's see, in our example code here that we have, we're also going to have a top speed, so we're going to limit it. For this acceleration, we're going to create like it's really small. It looks like it's just set here. So we're starting in the center and then we're moving slightly to the left and down with a top speed of 10. And we never reset accelerations. That is constantly accelerating. Like we have our foot on the gas the entire time. So let's go ahead and implement this ourselves. So the first thing I need to do is I do need to copy over our template to a new folder. So I will do that and be right back. All right, we're back. I've gone ahead and copied over the template to example 1.8, and we can go ahead and begin setting ourselves up. So our mover is now going to need an acceleration. So let's go ahead into our mover, and we're going to add in an acceleration. You're going to be a vector 2 with an F32. And we're also going to need a top speed. And you're going to need to be an F32 as well. So when we create our new mover, so that acceleration, we're going to set you to be a vector 2. And let's go ahead and use the same numbers that the book uses. So we want this to be a negative 0.001, so very slightly to the left, and a little bit faster down, so 0.01. We're also going to want that top speed. So that top speed is equal to, let's try 10. See how that ends up feeling. And we'll store both these away. Acceleration and top speed. All right, so then in update, we have to update the velocity with the acceleration before the velocity updates the location. So self dot velocity plus equals self dot acceleration. Now here we're not going to stop the acceleration ever. We're just constantly pushing forwards. So before we update the location, let's limit the velocity. So self dot velocity dot limit by self dot top speed. And I believe, looking through the book, we just need to display and check edges. Right, this is the display part we have, but check edges we need to write because that's not part of our template. So hub function check edges, mutable reference to self. Now we don't need anything else. And this is where we're just going to update the left and right here. So if location.x is that's less than 0, x, we do need context, don't we? So we can get the edge, the actual like size of the screen. So let screen width x, you're going to be equal to screen width Okay, and then the right-hand side greater than screen width. X equals 0. And we're going to copy this entire thing for the y's. Okay, so if self.location.y, if you're less than 0, becomes screen, that should be now the height. And I believe that should work. Okay, so let's head on over into the main library and make sure that it's working. So we're going to store away the mover. So that mover equal, what am I doing there? It's a mover and it's going to be a type mover. Down here, we can create a mover. Equals mover. Now we want to make it in the center of the screen. So let's go ahead and get our width and height here. So width, height equals graphics, drawable size, and get the context. So we can say width divided by 2, height divided by 2. All right, so that gives us a new mover, and we can store that away. In update, we do need to call update. We're going to need this context too. Self.mover, not that. Update, and then self.mover.check edges. Pass it in the context, and we should be good to go there, and then we need to display. So self.mover display, pass it in the context, and question mark that. All right, let's see if we're good to go. We actually have an error here. Oh, right, we need that context there. All right, we just have no errors, no warnings. Let's go ahead and run that. Run. Oh, we don't see anything here. Well, that's not good. Okay, so what happened here? We didn't get any warnings or errors. We have in our mover, we have our mesh. Oh, you know what? I updated the mesh to be an option just because like in a template, it's harder to see. So I want to make sure that we create this mesh if necessary. So I'm going to update you here. We're going to bring in a context, and we're actually going to make this a sum, and then we're going to create our mesh builder here because it might not always be a circle. Okay, so new. In this case, we'll still make it a circle. It's going to be a draw mode. Fill you. Our points, make this zeros. Radius, let's just make this 25.0 again. 0.1 tolerance. Make it white. And then we're going to build you. Pass in the context. And we're good to go there. Okay, that gives us the option mesh. What are you upset about? Oh, we're upset about here because we have to now have self return a game result with self inside. And then you have to be in OK. And we're good here. Okay. So let's go back to the main library, which you're upset now because we're creating this new mover and it's the result stored here. So we just need to question mark u to extract that out. But we also need to pass in the context. Okay, so we're happy there now. Now let's see what happens. Here's our circle, and we see that it just very smoothly starts to accelerate from a standstill, and it's going to get to a certain speed, but never increase past that because that's our limit. I believe we're limiting, right? Did I forget that? In update for our mover, we are limiting. So it should never really get faster than this, I believe. And that is exercise. No, that's not exercise. That is, where is it? That is example 1.8, motion 101, velocity and constant acceleration. I'll see you in the next video, which will be exercise 1.5. All right, have a good day. See you next time. Bye.